You know they need to follow me.
Hey, can I don't say the one?
No, I know it's person.
Guys, we got this Camry 27 model, 28 model that starts in shut off. That is what the customer is saying.
Yes.
We'll start the car.
This thing boot up. So the customer complains that the car will start and shut off. So I'm trying to find out exactly what the problem is. First thing first, we'll go check for check engine light. We'll go the other side. I want to look for a check engine light. There should be a check engine light in this kind of problem coming on. And be my guests. Okay, look at it right there. There is a check engine light right there. So which means the ECM knows that there is a problem like that. So I want to be scanning and find out exactly why this car shut off. There's a lot of factors that can actually make a car to shut off while driving. That is including a bad fuel pump, idle air control valves, bad throttle body, a whole lot. So we're about to find out exactly why this car makes such a mess. So right now we're going through the diagnostic phase. Okay. Okay, so the first thing first here is we're gonna go into the diagnostic phase. The car is on and the engine is running. Okay. So I'm going into the diagnostics interface. This is Asian class. We'll go to Asian, go to Toyota. Okay, this should be North America. Auto scan, auto vehicle scan. So we'll do that. Okay, 2A ZFE engine, 2009 model. Okay, this is 2009 model. So I'm gonna click here without smart key. Without VSC. I think it has a VSC. I'm not seeing any VSC here, but it should have a VSC. With VSC, vehicle stability control, why would it not have a probably it's gonna be this one here. So next, communicating with the ECU. Okay, diagnostics. So we're gonna go to the power control, powertrain, engine. Yes. Connecting to the ECM. Okay, now I wanna check the trouble code.
Okay, talk to the person who follow me before.
Okay, we got a multiple cylinder misfire, cylinder 1 misfire, cylinder 2 misfire. But this will not cause it. Oxygen sensor, thermostat pending, camshaft position sensor time in advance, crankshaft position sensor circuit. That is exactly what the problem is, and that is what I'm looking out to find. And we have a brake switch problem. So guys, this is a very quick and sharp diagnostics. Now over here there are okay guys, so there you go. Now for the brake switch here, the brake switch has issue, but aside the brake switch, we got a two guy who happen to be the problem, who can actually cause this problem, which is camshaft positions A, timing over advanced performance bank 1, and have camshaft position A, timing over retard. So we got a camshaft problem, and the worst of all, we got these two guys here, which is the crankshaft position sensor A have a problem, right? And you look at it again, it says history and it says present. So that is typically what it is. So if you go ahead and erase this fault code without replacing it, then you haven't solved the problem. So let me shut down the engine and let's find where the crankshaft and the camshaft position sensor is, because these are most prevalent problem in Toyota that can actually shut down the car while it's driving. Now, about this multiple cylinder misfire, a bad crankshaft position sensor can make a car to have a multiple cylinder misfire. You can see cylinder 1 pending, cylinder 2 pending, 3 pending, 4 pending. So it's often kind of make it to misfire. It's not going to fire in the right sequence that it's supposed to be. So when you solve this 3 are not a problem, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aren't a problem. This cylinder misfire aren't a problem, because something is making them to prompt those to throw those error code, and that is the camshaft and the crankshaft position sensor. So in this situation, what we're gonna be showing you is the camshaft position sensor and the crankshaft position sensor. You replace these two guys, there are 3 actually, and the problem should be solved. So let's go ahead and shut off the car and let's tell you where the crankshaft position sensor is, and you should be able to use that to solve your problem if you have a Toyota that shut off, or a car that shut off while driving on the road. So let's go ahead and shut down the car. Okay. Okay. For this very model here, the crankshaft position sensor can be very hidden. But however, it's most often times at the is actually within the pulley side there, the down pulley side. Let me on the light so you can see it. So it's often very hard sometimes to discover, but it does have a wiring which you can be able to follow, like this wire right here. There is a wire here. I don't know if you can be able to see it. I'm trying to see if I can be able to use my camera to point you in the direction where it is, but it's actually hidden. If I find something, change this thing. Now that's the first one. The second one which you're going to be looking at here is the camshaft position sensor. The camshaft most often times for this very car here is often located right somewhere around here, but what we are seeing here is the VVT solenoid valve, and I'm not seeing any camshaft here except if it is so. Okay, here you go. This is the camshaft position sensor here, and below it here is a coolant temperature sensor, and we have some other circuits down there. And this one, now when you're talking about the timing over advanced, you're probably also going to be needing to replace this very variable valve timing in order to get this problem solved correctly. Not only the crankshaft and camshaft, so you're going to be changing this or service it first, then this one here, then the crankshaft position sensor. So guys, I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.